Unlike his other famous book, The Hobbit, J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings is not really intended for children. Some children do devour it though, or at least I did when I was 8 or 10. It opened my eyes to the power of fiction as no other story had. The Lord of the Rings is actually one book, although it came out in 3 volumes. It's a classic quest story with the twist that the quest is not to retrieve the Grail, but to destroy it. Frodo Baggins and his friends journey eastward from the pastoral backwater of the Shire to the terrifying reaches of Mordor. On the way, they experience many setbacks, and the reader gradually becomes aware of a tide of darkness that is rising to drown Middle-earth in a miasma of soul-crushing evil. He lay tossing and turning and listening fearfully to the stealthy night noises, wind in chinks of rock, water dripping, a crack, the sudden rattling fall of a loosened stone. He felt that black shapes were advancing to smother him. He lay down again and passed into an uneasy dream in which he walked on the grass in his garden in the Shire, but it seemed faint and dim, less clear than the tall black shadows that stood looking over the hedge. So Lord of the Rings is full of bleak, frightening images like this, and the prevailing mood is one of fear and dread. The idea of a whole world being drowned by darkness supercharges the dramatic tension inherent in a quest story, and this is without question an extremely dark quest story. But the light is always there in the background, and occasionally it bleeds through. In particular, there are a number of Eden-like way stations with names like Rivendell and Lothlorien, populated primarily by elves, in which the travelers have a wonderful time and long to remain, but they can't because the quest keeps calling them forward. Slowly the hall filled, and Frodo looked with delight upon the many fair faces that were gathered together. The golden firelight played upon them and shimmered in their hair. The others cast themselves down upon the fragrant grass, but Frodo stood a while, still lost in wonder. It seemed to him that he had stepped through a high window that looked on a vanished world. A light was upon it for which his language had no name. So, as Tolstoy once wrote, all the beauty of life is made up of light and shadow. You need one to comprehend the other. Fear and dread open the possibility of uncomplicated joy. The presence of light gives extra power to the encroaching darkness, or to put it in slightly more mundane terms, the reason for the elegiac passages in The Lord of the Rings, the Islands of Light, is to make the rising tide of evil more real and more threatening. And the overwhelming darkness of the story as a whole makes the Islands of Light burn that much more brightly. It's a well-known fact that fiction about happiness is untenable. In order to generate narrative drive, it has to be dark. Less well known, perhaps, is the fact that fiction lives only in the realm of darkness. The fiction that lives only in the realm of darkness is also by nature incomplete. Evil is indisputably a part of human life, but so is love. This is the wisdom underlying Tolkien's work. His novels enact this truth compellingly and on an epic scale, which is why, in my humble opinion, The Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest and most enduring of English language novels. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like it, you can visit my YouTube page, which is at timweed.to, or go to my website, www.timweed.net. And if you do like the video, press the like button and become a subscriber. That'd be great. Have a great day.